Lincoln Heights, located in East LA, is the only place I've called home for all 18 years of my life. There's really no reason one would intentionally come into my neighborhood besides driving to downtown LA or Dodger Stadium, which are both about a 5 to 10 minute drive from here without the notorious LA traffic. Lincoln Heights is considered to be LA's oldest suburb community, primarily composed of Hispanic residents, and has been the first home for waves of many Mexican immigrants over the past 100+ years. Just 1 mile from my house is the Church of Epiphany, where Cesar Chavez gave speeches to lead the Chicano civil rights movement in the 1960s. As mentioned earlier, we are a part of East LA, known for its poverty, drugs, and gangs. But we are also a working-class neighborhood. People do what they need to do to get by for themselves and their families. Although the history and culture of my neighborhood are deep-rooted in Hispanic heritage, over the past few years, I've seen my neighborhood undergo intense gentrification and people-fication. You would not notice or fully understand this change unless you have lived here for a while. There used to be a small Hispanic family-owned market near my house that my family and I would go to frequently to get our groceries, but it closed down 4 years ago and is now a Harbor Freight hardware store, and the small water shop next to it is now Panda Express and Wingstop. 2 houses down from mine, a white American family who owns a gym moved in 5 years ago, and down my block lives a white lawyer. These are not people you would expect to live here. My neighborhood's foundational culture and people are changing, and the change is visible at different times of the day. When the sun is out, you'll be able to find people doing typical activities, walking their dogs, going to work, kids going to school, and daily yard sales. It's calm, it's normal, but in recent years, a younger, more modern American crowd has started to appear. Then, as the sun begins to set, you can hear and see our community's roots come alive. The heart of my neighborhood is our main street, Broadway. It's an 18-mile-long street that starts in Gardena and ends here. Our portion of the street has a little bit of everything you could want or need. You can eat, get your hair done, go grocery shopping, get new furniture, go to a pet store, pay your taxes, go to the bank, get gas, and buy clothes and shoes. It's a one-stop street. When I was very young, I thought it was so cool that Broadway was in Lincoln Heights. I thought movies were filmed here, performances were in the empty halls that lined the street, and actors lived in my neighborhood just like they do in New York. But as I've gotten older, I've grown to know my Broadway as a less fortunate Hispanic version, and it isn't all as glamorous as I once thought it was. During the day, you see older Latinos running their small shops from the crack of dawn until the sun rests, hoping and waiting for people to pass by and purchase their discounted goods. To keep up with the new clientele of people who live here, my neighborhood now has weekly farmers markets on Broadway, attracting the organic hipsters. Our new American community of people come to Broadway too and walk and enjoy what it has to offer, like our famous authentic Mexican ice cream from Los Reyes, the Kings, just how other Hispanic residents appreciate it. But once again, it's calm in the day. People go about their business. But at night, the scene changes. Don't walk out on the street past sunset unless you want to encounter gang members patrolling their hood, homeless individuals who will harass you, and cars street racing and doing donuts in the middle of the street. For the past 7 years, my neighborhood has held a carnival to fundraise for our local Boys and Girls Club. The carnival is a 3-day event that happens in the afternoon until the evening and takes up an entire block of Broadway. It has rides, games, traditional Hispanic food, and Spanish music is played all throughout the street. The festival showcases Lincoln Heights' Hispanic roots. It is a way for the whole community to get together and have fun. But this year was different.
Is on right now for gunmen on the run who shot 2 teenage boys at a street festival. It happened on Broadway and Workman Street in Lincoln Heights. Those teenagers died at the scene. CBS 2's Jasmine Veal is live near that scene.
And Jasmine, are police any closer to an arrest? No, and actually, Jeff and Pat, I just checked with police. That gunman still on the run. No arrests have been made in the murders of these 2 teen boys. You can see the memorial for one of them right here on the sidewalk. And within the last hour, messages for someone they've identified as Javier. And you can see someone writing another message there, leaving flowers around the corner. That is where there is that other memorial for the other teen boy. And the shooting happened right here on this street that was shut down. Kids, families were out here enjoying this carnival to bring the community together, not tear it apart.
From what was supposed to be a fun night out for the whole neighborhood turned south when the local gangs decided to make their presence known. Around 9 p.m. on the last night of the carnival, a fight broke out at the nearby gas station. The fight gradually made its way down to the middle of the carnival, where a man pulled out a gun and fatally shot a 17 and 15-year-old boy. After the shooting, my community came together for a visual memorial for the boys, and to this day you can still see fresh flowers and pictures posted in their honor. Those who come out during the day came out at night to pay their respects to the 2 young men. They switched roles. My neighborhood's gang history is deep-rooted in the area long before anyone new came here. They lay low during the day, but they begin to show their true colors at night. They are vocal in their taggings and on social media that they are not for the gentrification happening in Lincoln Heights. They want it back to how it originally was, just for Latinos. Change is happening in Lincoln Heights in many ways, and this change is visibly different throughout the streets of the neighborhood and at distinct times of the day.